Okay, just act normal. Don't be weird. What should I say? That joke was dumb. Oh God, are they looking at me? My hands are sweating. I should just hold my drink with both hands. Yeah, that's better. Now I look like a goblin guarding my precious potion. Great! Just stay quiet. Don't say anything stupid. Wait, now I've been quiet for too long. They probably think I'm stuck up. I should just go to the bathroom. Yeah, escape. That's exhausting, right? That constant looping monologue in your head. Hey, I'm Emma. For years, I thought social anxiety was this big, scary monster I had to fight. But the actual science points to something way stranger. It's not a monster, it's more like you're a tightrope walker. Imagine you have to walk across a simple, wide plank just a few inches off the ground. Easy, right? But your anxious brain tells you it's a high wire act over the Grand Canyon. So, to protect you, it hands you all this safety gear: a giant, heavy helmet so you don't hurt your head, a stack of pillows to cushion your fall, a detailed map of every single step you're supposed to take. The problem is, you're so busy trying to balance all this useless, heavy gear that you can't actually see where you're going. The gear itself is what makes you wobble. It's what makes you fall. The paradox of social anxiety, the key that unlocks the whole thing, is this: the things you do to feel safe are the very things creating the danger. So, how do you stop? You don't learn to carry the gear better, you just drop it. And today, I'm going to give you a simple 3-step blueprint for how to do exactly that. This isn't about being more confident or faking it. This is about unlearning the habits that are tripping you up. First, you have to identify your specific safety gear. In psychology, these are called safety behaviors. They're the little rituals you do to hide your anxiety and prevent the social disaster you're so sure is coming. Things like mentally rehearsing sentences over and over in your head before you dare to speak, gripping your drink with two hands so no one sees them shake, asking a ton of questions so you never have to talk about yourself, or, my personal favorite, pulling out your phone to look incredibly busy and important. Your first step is to become a detective of your own behavior. For 1 week, just notice your gear. Don't judge it. Don't try to fix it. Just write it down. What are you carrying onto that tightrope? Is it avoiding eye contact? Is it planning your escape route before you even walk in the door? Get specific. The goal is just to see it clearly. Then you run an experiment. Pick one low-stakes situation, like buying a coffee or asking a cashier a simple question, and deliberately choose one piece of gear to leave behind. Just one. If you always rehearse your order, don't. Just walk up and say it. If you always avoid eye contact, just try to look at the barista for 1 second. See what happens. The research is incredibly clear on this. The catastrophe you predict, it just doesn't happen. In one study, 94% of people who dropped their safety behaviors reported that the interaction went better than they expected. You'll realize the helmet wasn't protecting you, it was just blocking your view. Okay, so you've identified your gear. The second step is about where you put your focus. It's called the attention flip. When you're walking that tightrope, where is your attention? If you're like most people with social anxiety, you're staring straight down at your own feet, obsessively monitoring every tiny wobble. Am I shaking? Do I sound stupid? Can they see me blushing? This intense self-monitoring is the heaviest piece of gear you own. You've essentially turned yourself into a social object that you are watching and judging in real time. The second step is to flip your attention from inward to outward. Instead of focusing on yourself, you deliberately shift your entire focus onto the other person or the environment. Get genuinely curious. What color are their eyes? What is the story they're actually telling beyond the words? Listen to what they're saying instead of listening to the running commentary in your own head. When your focus is out there in the real world, you literally don't have the mental bandwidth to obsess over how you're coming across. You stop performing and you start participating. You look at the rope ahead of you, not the wobble in your own feet. It's all about dropping that internal spotlight. And hey, while we're on the topic of dropping things that weigh you down, maybe take a millisecond to drop a click on that subscribe button. It would mean a lot and help us deliver more videos like these. Okay, back to the final step. Finally, there's what happens after the conversation, the post-mortem. This is after you've safely gotten off the tightrope and you're alone in your room. Your brain starts playing a highlight reel, but only of your mistakes. You said that weird thing at 8:14 p.m. That pause was zero point 0.7 seconds too long. They definitely think you're an idiot. This is your brain strengthening the belief that the tightrope is a terrifying, dangerous place. It selectively looks for evidence of failure and stores it as proof for next time. The final step is to interrupt that replay. When you catch yourself starting the postmortem, you have to stop and deliberately challenge your biased memory. Your mission is to find one piece of neutral or even positive data from the interaction. Just one. It could be, they laughed at that one joke, or I learned they also like dogs, or even just, I survived and the world didn't end. You are not trying to lie to yourself with toxic positivity. You're training your brain to stop being a crooked detective that only looks for evidence of guilt. You're teaching it to see the full, balanced picture, that the tightrope wasn't a disaster, it was just a walk. So that's the secret. Social anxiety isn't a character flaw. It's a system that's running on a faulty premise. It's a tightrope walker weighed down by the very safety gear that's supposed to help. You don't need more gear. You don't need to try harder to be confident. You just need to get brave enough to start dropping it. Start with one thing, the lightest piece of gear you're carrying, and see how much steadier you feel.